Which is better, the Audi RS7 starting at $130,000 or the Mercedes AMG GT 63 SE Performance 4-door Coupe starting at $195,000? Well, in this episode, we are gonna find out. The AMG has a handcrafted 4-liter twin-turbo V8 making 630 horsepower and 664 pound-feet of torque. It features a 9-speed multi-clutch transmission, but these are both hybrid vehicles. So the AMG has an electric motor at the rear axle with a 2-speed gearbox for increased efficiency and more powerful acceleration. This motor makes 201 horsepower and 238 pound-feet of torque. The total power output is 831 horsepower and 1032 pound-feet of torque. Crazy numbers. The electric motor is powered by a 6.1 kilowatt-hour battery pack, which is good for a range of just 7 miles in electric-only mode. This vehicle can run in electric-only mode at up to 81 miles per hour. This car is all-wheel drive, but it does have a rear-wheel drive mode if you want to do donuts. The RS7 has a much simpler powertrain. It features a 4-liter twin-turbo V8 making 621 horsepower and 627 pound-feet of torque. It powers all 4 wheels by an 8-speed torque converter automatic gearbox. However, it also features a 48-volt mild hybrid system for increased efficiency, but this is not a plug-in hybrid. So then, how fast can these vehicles go? The RS7 is a really fast car. It can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3.3 seconds. Insane. It has a top speed of 190 miles per hour. Crazy performance. The AMG is crazy fast. It can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 2.8 seconds. That is insane. It also has a top speed of 199 miles per hour. Crazy. On the outside, the RS7 looks absolutely amazing. On the front, it looks so aggressive, with that massive grille and the huge air vents at both sides of the bumper. I also really like the design of the front lip, and those headlights look fantastic. It also gets extra creases on the hood, making it look even better. And on the side, this car looks absolutely gorgeous. First of all, those wheels look really cool, and this car looks especially good in this beautiful blue paint. That sloping roofline makes the RS7 look absolutely terrific. The creases on the body panels look great, and the RS7 gets sportier side skirts over the standard A7. On the back, once again this car looks fabulous. The light bar is amazing, and the bumper design, while it does look aggressive, the design is pretty clean. This car looks great. It is pretty heavy though. It weighs over 4,900 pounds, but that's mainly due to the size of the vehicle. Overall, such a beautiful looking vehicle. The AMG is a great looking vehicle. The only thing is, on the front I'm not sure how I feel about that grille design. Everything else looks great. The headlights are very sharp, and the bumper design is pretty clean. On the side, this car looks sweet. The body panels are very smooth, and I love that. The sloping roofline looks excellent, and this vehicle gets sportier side skirts. However, on the back, I don't like how big the charge port is. But apart from that, the taillights look awesome, and the rear bumper has a more aggressive look to it. It's a very heavy vehicle though. They are large vehicles, but the hybrid system really adds a lot to the weight. And the AMG weighs over 5,200 pounds. But apart from that, I do like how it looks. But I do prefer the look of the RS7. The AMG has a very cool interior. The design is very sporty and high-tech with this widescreen display on the dashboard, which has both Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, as well as the ambient lighting, which looks awesome at night. It gets a lot of design upgrades in the interior as well. This version of the GT gets the AMG Sport steering wheel. I love how it looks. It also gets sport seats. You can also get the stitching and seat belts in different colors. And this vehicle has aluminum pedals. In terms of interior quality, for the most part, the interior quality of Mercedes' vehicles is pretty good. Their cabins have expensive feeling materials, and most of the parts feel solid. For the comfort features, it has heated seats, the heated steering wheel, and front ventilated and massaging seats, but you do have to pay extra for some of those features. Overall, it's a nice interior. The Audi's interior is starting to look a little old now. When it first came out, it looked absolutely amazing, but now it's starting to get dated. It still looks good though. It's definitely a nice design. and the overall interior is still a very nice place to be in. The interior quality of Audi's vehicles is usually very good. Their interiors have very high quality materials, and most of the pieces feel solid. Apart from its design getting a little old, it still looks great. There are these big displays on the dashboard. And yes, this vehicle has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Now the RS7 also gets a lot of design upgrades in the interior as well. Over the standard A7, it gets the sports seats. They're more body hugging than the standard seats. It gets the carbon fiber trim. You can also pay extra for the Alcantara steering wheel. And you can get the stitching and seat belts in different colors. Overall, it's a nice interior, but I like the AMG's interior more. In the trunk of the base AMG GT is 16.1 cubic feet of space, but with the added hybrid system, the trunk space goes down to 11.8 cubic feet of space. However, the RS7's trunk is up to 18.5 cubic feet of space when the rear seats are up, and when they're down, it has up to 48.7 cubic feet of space. Both vehicles are great for carrying groceries, but if you need to carry large items, the Audi is way better. Both vehicles get lots of chassis tuning over their standard versions. The RS7 has adaptive air suspension. With this, the suspension constantly adjusts the stiffness based on the road conditions for a smoother, more comfortable ride, and better handling. You can also adjust the stiffness manually as well. You can set the suspension to a softer setting for improved comfort, or you can set it to a stiffer setting for better agility. It also repeatedly alters the ride height based on various road conditions and the speed the vehicle is traveling at. This provides an even smoother ride. You can also adjust the ride height manually as well. The suspension in the RS7 is tuned to make this car more nimble compared to the suspension on the standard A7. And over the standard A7, it gets stiffer sway bars. With this, there will be less body roll when turning, increasing both agility and stability. It also gets stiffer strut bars, increasing torsional stiffness, reducing body roll. The AMG also gets adaptive air suspension, just like the RS7, and the suspension on the 63 SE is also sport tuned compared to the suspension on the standard AMG GT 4-door. Now instead of strut bars and sway bars, this vehicle has a hydraulic anti-roll system, so it uses hydraulic elements to increase stability, replacing traditional sway bars and strut bars. Both vehicles have dynamic engine mounts, holding the engine stronger in place, reducing vibrations. But based on various driving conditions, they can automatically adjust the stiffness through electrical current. They also have variable ratio steering. With this, the steering ratio constantly adjusts based on various driving conditions. Big factors include the steering angle. Both vehicles have rear wheel steering, so at low speeds, the back wheels turn at the opposite direction of the front wheels. This reduces the turning circle significantly. At high speeds, the back wheels turn at the same direction as the front wheels, increasing stability. They also get torque vectoring, so they can send full power to the outer wheel with the most grip. Helps a lot with corner exiting traction. And for the brakes, the RS7 gets 10 piston calipers gripping 420mm discs at the front as standard. At the back, it has single piston calipers gripping 370mm discs. The carbon ceramic brake kit provides even bigger 440mm discs at the front. Those are huge. And this kit also unlocks the 190mph top speed. Without the carbon ceramic brakes, the top speed is limited to 155 miles per hour. The AMG gets carbon ceramic brakes as standard, so at the front, it has 6 piston calipers gripping 401mm discs. At the back, it has single piston calipers gripping 360mm discs. Overall, these are very advanced vehicles. They have lots of chassis tuning. All these advanced features help to provide a better driving experience, and in this case, a sportier and a more enjoyable driving experience as well. So which is better, the Audi RS7 or the Mercedes AMG GT 63 SE? It's the RS7. The AMG is a great vehicle. It's a very luxurious vehicle, it's very advanced in tech, and it's very fast. But plug-in hybrids are not very reliable vehicles. The RS7 starts at a much lower price. It looks absolutely fantastic. It still has a very nice interior, it's super practical, it's also very fast, and it's also very advanced in tech. It has a much simpler powertrain, increasing the reliability, and that also reduces weight. For sports cars, extra weight is a big concern. But do you guys agree? Let me know in the comments down below. Which vehicle do you guys prefer? Also, let me know in the comments down below. Which other car comparison video would you like to see? If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to give it a thumbs up, hit the red subscribe button down below, and turn on all notifications. That way you never miss out on any new video posted on this channel. But anyways, that's gonna wrap it up for today's episode.